Welcome, everyone, to Live, Love, Laugh, and Let Go Out Loud. Today is a special edition, and I've got Gigi here. I want to thank Gigi for being here. We are going to be talking about a difficult subject, but she's going to give you the 411, and it's just trying to get the awareness out. So, Gigi, take it away. Thanks for being here.
Yes, and thank you, Lynn, for having me here today. I truly appreciate you. And I love the topic of discussion today, which is the global virtual panel of human trafficking survivors, because we will be having our event on February 26th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. And essentially, we're going to raise awareness about human trafficking and also what it is about, which is it is the trade of humans for the purpose of forced labor, sexual slavery, or commercial sexual exploitation for the trafficker or others. And also, we are going to educate others that it's happening right here in our backyards. And it's also happening to both men and women. A lot of times, individuals believe that it only happens to women. That is not the case. It also happens to men. And that is what we're really going to raise awareness on, but we're also going to expand and we're going to educate in regards to different aspects that are tied to human trafficking. So I highly recommend that you get your ticket today. Register for our event today.
All right. So what we're going to do after this announcement, we will have it in the comment section on how they can register to know more about what's going on. So what made you get involved in this, Gigi?
Yes, so essentially last year, I held the global virtual panel of domestic violence survivors, sexual assault survivors, and breast cancer survivors. I am a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault. And so essentially, God awakened me to step into my purpose after I survived both. And it really inspired me to host these other panels as well, because I know several of these survivors in regards to the various topics. And the time has come now where we need to be able to raise awareness and to educate on these subject matters. And essentially, I'm all about utilizing all of our skills for the greater good to serve God's people. So I always teach people this: if you have the skills and the knowledge to educate others, then do so. It is so selfish to keep that to yourself, the knowledge that you have. You need to be able to serve others, and you need to do it in the proper manner. And essentially, I am really, really, really inspired by these survivors as well that are coming forward, because I know it's not easy to do so. I know it's not easy.
Well, I want to also thank you that I'm honored that you asked me to be on several other panels at all. I feel compelled to get out of my own way and to be present and to impact the world with you. So it was just my honor to have you here and support the cause. And I appreciate you for all that you're doing. So if you're interested in any information, feel free to share this. And Actually, let me see if I can do this here. I think I've got your, let's see, I'm going to put in the chat there. I'm going to put the link. Give me a second here. I'm going to put the link for the ticket. I think this would be the link for the event itself.
That is correct.
Give me a second here. Comments. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. But I went ahead and put the comments in there, and we can double check that afterwards. Is there anything else you wanted to share with people?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, so essentially, I am truly grateful for our sponsors of this event as well, such as Beyond Publishing, Designer Events by Lakeisha, Everyday Leaders by Melanie Ake, Mary Strong Foundation by Daniel Gomez and Mari Gomez, and then also World Woman Conference and Awards by Ragni Sinikas. And Beyond Publishing is with Michael D. Butler. And so I'm truly grateful for our sponsors of this event, because we are stronger together and we can continue to raise awareness and educate others together. So I really, really also appreciate the survivors for coming forward to share their stories. And we are really looking forward to educating others all over the world, not just Florida.
So how much are your tickets? And
Yes,
How like right up to the event can they buy the tickets or?
the tickets are free.
There you go. So I don't know if we posted that there or not, but make sure people know it. So in other words, you just need to reserve your spot is basically what it is, correct?
Correct. Reserve your seat today. It's on Eventbrite, but then also as well, go ahead and mark that you're going. It's on Facebook events. The Facebook events, type in the search engine, the Global Virtual Panel of Human Trafficking Survivors, and then we should pop right up. And then go ahead and reserve your seat today on Eventbrite. So you can actually find the link via our Facebook event page. And keep in mind, this is the first of many events that we're going to have this year. We also have the Global Virtual Panel of Suicide Attempt Survivors event. That is on March 5th. We have the Global Virtual Panel of Depression Survivors on March 26th. Then we have the Global Virtual Panel of Anxiety Survivors on April 9th at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Global Virtual Panel of Infertility Survivors on April 16th at 5 p.m. And then the Leadership Conference on May 15th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. Then we have the Global Virtual Panel of Infidelity Survivors event on June 4th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we have the Global Virtual Panel of Recovering Alcoholics on June 18th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we have the Business Conference on November 20th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. And again, these are all available on Eventbrite, but I definitely recommend first going to Facebook and putting in the search engine all of the events and mark that you're going, and go ahead and reserve your seat today via the Facebook events page.
So is this only for women or for men as well? This is for everyone?
This is for men and women. So in regards to each topic, we're also bringing men and women to raise awareness that this does not just happen to women. Too often times in society, the focus is saying, okay, this only happens to women. Only women survive this. Going back to the Global Virtual Panel of Domestic Violence Survivors event that we had last year, a lot of times the focus is on the fact that it just happens to women. But it doesn't just happen to women, it also happens to men. So we had a survivor named Grady Taylor who came forward in regards to surviving domestic violence, and he shared his story, as well as another male as well. So again, it's very important to raise awareness in regards to both, that it happens to both, in regards to the various topics that we're going to cover. And so again, I did not foresee that these global virtual panels were going to be held this year. But when God commands me to do something, you do it. And it's very important to him. Very important. And I'm all about raising awareness about the importance of having God first place in our lives. We are in a different era now in society where we need to be able to have these discussions and raise awareness about these various subject matters. The time has come now. We cannot live in fear. Too often individuals live in fear, or they have depression or anxiety, hence the titles of some of the panels that we're hosting this year, especially after COVID. Many individuals, not just business owners, individuals as well, have gone into depression. They're living in fear. They have anxiety. I truly believe that
these and no, go ahead.
Yes, I truly believe that these panels are not being held for no reason at this time. The time has come now to have these panels and have these discussions on these various subject matters.
Well, I was honored you asked me. There was that little misunderstanding, but all the panels you have, there's only two of them that I'm not affected by, and that's sex trafficking and infertility. But the rest have all. I think even people would be surprised about my sharing suicide, and I've never shared that with anybody, but I'm leaving that for your platform. So
thank you.
Again, this year for me is vulnerability, and with vulnerability comes, we can't talk. We're so used to not talking about the elephant in the room, and all these conferences are for free, people. free. I'm asking, I don't ever ask or beg, but I'm asking you guys to share this. This might resonate with somebody that needs to hear these. It's through Eventbrite, which means, you know, you don't have to, you know, even if you're going for a friend or listening to understand other people's lives, this doesn't mean it has to be necessarily for yourself, but it'll help you empathize with those that have gone through it. Wouldn't you agree, Gigi?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am. And again, as you mentioned, the survivors events they're free. The leadership conference and the business conference are $25 for your ticket. But we're bringing a lot of value to assist you in regards to leadership and business. But going back to the survivors events, those tickets are free. Reserve your seats today for these events because they're filling up quickly. A lot of people have already got their tickets for several of these events. So make sure to grab your ticket today.
Shoot.
And yes,
Shoot, I got to do that too. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. You know, I look forward to doing this announcement, special edition for all the other events as necessary, because we need to get the awareness out. I appreciate you guys sharing this, and again, thank you so much for being here. Is anything else you want to share with them before we leave?
No, I just want to say
Go ahead.
I truly appreciate you for being a part of the panels, especially in regards to the ones that you survived. It's very important, and I appreciate you for sharing your story, Lynn.
Thank you. I love you. Everybody, thank you for sharing this. And some of the people will never hear some of my stories unless they come to those things, and because it's just things I just don't normally talk about, but that need to be talked about. So again, thank you so much for this. Stay right there, Gigi. You guys have a good day and share this, and I really appreciate that.